All right, so here we go with effects of local vibration. Of course, local vibration, what we're talking about is what you guys have probably seen as massage guns, which have become very popular, vibrating foam rolls, and of course, vibrating spheres, which are kind of awesome. All right, so first things first, local vibration is not new. We need to put this out there because there are some like myths, like there's no research to back this up and you can't prove that it's effective and all that other stuff. Well, the truth of the matter is yes, these small portable devices are relatively new, but the use of local vibration on a muscle or research on local vibration is not new. The difference was before, they were these huge devices that weren't really portable. You'd see these things in research facilities, and if any of you guys have seen a power plate, imagine power plate being the smallest vibration tool that was available. That's what we were dealing with before, and now thanks to advancements in actually battery technology, probably more than anything else, we have these nice little compact things like the Hypervolt and the mini sphere and all this wonderful stuff that we can bring with us in a backpack. The research studies actually start in the 1960s. And a lot of that research, you can tell what they're really trying to get at is not so much what we're going to be talking about, which is like delayed onset muscle soreness and performance and recovery, but they were trying to study receptor activity and how neuromuscular reflexes, right, happen in response to various stimuli. Why didn't that work? Okay, cool. Nervous system response. I'm not going to go too deep, but I would recommend reading through the effects of local vibration course, especially if you're new, to at least start seeing the world of receptors, because I think, especially in the fitness realm, and even to a certain point in the rehab and clinical realm, we go, oh, muscle spindles are really cool. And then there's like this other thing called Golgi tendon organ. And then there's stuff, right? Like, and then we don't remember any other receptors. And if you get into this vibration stuff and you read through this effects of local vibration course, I think you guys will get a little bit of an introduction to things like Pacinian corpuscles and Ruffini endings and free nerve endings and all of these other stuffs that happen that are within our muscles that maybe we don't think about often enough. All right, receptor activity. Vibration stimulates type 1A sensory fibers and their receptors. So the research definitely points towards vibration being very specific to a type of afferent. And that definitely has an effect on how we respond to vibration. So I kind of wrote up here, and we were just talking about this. What do you know about muscle spindles? Did you know that there's a type 1A component to muscle spindles and a type 2 afferent component to muscle spindles? Did you know that Golgi tendon organs were actually type 1B, right? So that's a different type of afferent. Did you know that there are static and dynamic components of muscle spindles, right? So we have to play that thing out a little bit. And then how many of you guys have heard of Pacinian corpuscles, which are likely the receptor most likely to be stimulated by vibration? All right, reflex response. This is some interesting stuff. A reduction in muscle tone while potentiating the reactive component of stretch reflex. What? That has to do with stimulating 1A afferents and part of the muscle spindle being a type 2 afferent, right? So we get stimulation of one without a lot of stimulation of the other. So we get reduction in tone and overactivity, but perhaps an increase in reactivity. Interesting. We get simultaneous agonist inhibition, all right? So like if I put it on my bicep, here's what is going to happen. My bicep is going to tone down and tone up at the same time while inhibiting my tricep. That's all happening at once. Now this simultaneously and what seems to be contradictory toning down and toning up at the same time of the agonist is actually known as the tonic vibration reflex, right? So that has a name in the research, TVR, tonic vibration reflex. And again, that has to do with the two components of the muscle spindles, right? We tone things down, but we're more reactive. And research demonstrates, and this gets really fun and complicated, that somehow the central nervous system is involved in the TVR part, the antagonist inhibition part, and some altered kinesthesia, right? Proprioception that happens with the vibration. So a lot going on. You put vibration on the body, and a lot happens in the nervous system.